This bucket seems to have been hung here for purely decorative reasons.
Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood. Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Be careful! The table is wobbling terribly. Thank you, but I believe this ordinary table is not deserving of your delicate tablecloth.
Locked. I wonder what that is. I don't think it's in the mood for that right now. This cat again. Hades. Paddleboat rental, souvenirs, fishing supplies. Closed. A beautiful, healthy tree.
Acersoidu platanus, the sycamore maple.
That's some sturdy, full-grown reed.
Thank you, but I believe this ordinary table is not deserving of your delicate tablecloth.
Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Be careful! The table is wobbling terribly.
No, Hans, that would be a really bad idea. I'm sure this will take us up the mountain.
You're a funny man, Tannhauser. I like it.
The local gondola lift's hauling cables seem to be intact, although there aren't any gondolas or mining carts attached to it. A smell of oil and soil lingers in the air.
Today's menu, nothing. Locked. Hey. She's almost in a trance.
Hey, please don't stand there.
There's something funny about that clock.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tannhauser.
I'd like to report a theft. There was an uninvited guest in my room last night.
In our house? Oh dear, I'm so very sorry. Let me call the police immediately.
Thanks.
I will keep you informed.
This establishment you call your own has quite the charm.
A family business for more than 75 years. Actually, I took over the guest house together with my brother. But now it's just me and my little daughter.
Being the only guest, I was wondering, how's the season going so far?
Season? We haven't had one in ages.
Your daughter really likes watching TV, huh?
You see, the kid is always in front of the box. She's got her mind set on extraterrestrials and alien worlds. Nonsense, don't you think?
So what happened to your brother?
The only interest that scoundrel had was in his bottles. In the end, that good-for-nothing took a half too much of his Bolzenschuss and just made off.
That door over there hasn't been opened in a while, has it?
That's the door to the cellar, where my brother built his little lair. No one has taken any interest in that door since he left. He just took the key with him. Anything else I can do for you?
About the cable car?
Sure. What else do you want to know?
Would you wrap up the whole story in detail for me again?
The cable car leads up to the old mine. It used to belong to the Baron von Sülz. Then this company from overseas forced him to sell it. They are called Millennium Cooperative or something like that. A very dubious corporation.
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
Trude, would you pour me one of your Pilsner beers, please?
Just a second, Professor. Here, a coaster. There you go. Cheers.
What's this? The table stopped wobbling? Oh, thank you so very much. I was hardly able to focus on anything else but this cursed wobblery.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir?
Are you feeling any better, now that the table isn't wobbling anymore?
Thank you for asking. But joy? What does it even mean? My life lost most of its joy since Klaus disappeared.
Who is Claus?
Klaus is my tomcat, an angel of an animal. He was the only one to always remain by my side. But now, he's vanished, without a trace. Everything in this world is going down the drain. Mark my words.
Maybe he just went for a stroll.
I don't know. Claus was always faithful and stood by my side. Then he just disappeared without a trace. You can't rely on anything in this world anymore. Let me tell you. It's just awful.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Could you tell me something about the cable car in this town?
Don't bring up the old cable car. I don't even want to think about it.
You've got yourself a nice spot here.
The name is Baron Otto Titan von Truberbrook Sulz.
Tannhauser, pleased to meet you.
Please come over. Don't waste the opportunity to put up with the company of a lonely, broken old man.
Are you from around these parts?
You may very well say so. I put all my life's work into the well-being and prosperity of Truberbrook. I once was the owner of both, the mines and the cable car. That's all history now.
Do you have any friends or family?
My spouse left me for good, and my beloved Truberbrook is slowly going down the drain. Only Claus remained loyal to me all these years. Alas, now even he has disappeared.
What kind of a strange place is this?
Well, you should know. This used to be one of the most beautiful spots on the face of the planet. The fair and the fortunate came here for treatment. Travelers and tourists of all fashion. Citizens that weren't occupied in the tourism business found work in the mines. But it's all over now.
Do you still have the key to the old cable car, by any chance?
Please excuse me, but I need to be on my own now. I need some rest to mourn for Claus.
Please excuse me.
There's a clothesline up there, right under my window. Fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry. The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house. This muddle of spots and drips is probably telling more about the room's many previous occupants than I'd wish to know. I don't want to cover up these people's works of art. There's something lying on the floor. It's a massage rod. Somebody must have misplaced it. Maybe somebody hid their money in there. No. Before you even know, the world lies in ruins. I hope this isn't a bad omen. Good idea. Now I only need something to sedate the little fella. It won't be this easy getting close to it. A beautiful, healthy tree.
Acer platanus, the sycamore maple.
Subject, species reintroduction. Although I can't return the tuna to the wild as long as it's in the can. Brr, looks cold. Soft as a feather.
Good idea. Now I only need something to sedate the little fella.
I put a nice, fluffy blanket over the top of that rowboat. Truberbrook, County of Broken Landa, 1 kilometer, or 0.621371 miles. Locked. Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood.
There's a selection of local charcuterie on display. Würstebrei, Stippgrütze, Schlagte Platte, Pothoeke, Tote Oma. I've already made an entry on this.
As you well know, Beverly, I am a man tempered by a sober lifestyle. However, I keep dwelling on the fact that a sheer infinite amount of states of matter can lie between expectation and reality. My accommodation, the guest house Waldest Lust, looks slightly more luxurious in the notification.
Actually, it's quite a nice table. Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
So what's with the cable car?
I used to own the cable car. In fact, the whole mine. Everything was taken away from me. Those maniacs destroyed everything. The cable car, the mine, the whole village.
Please, go on.
More and more outsiders came to town. What they were actually up to in the mine, no one knows for certain. But after a few years of quick profits, they shut down the place and closed the cable car all together in one go. Just think of it. This was my life's work. They closed down the mines, drove away the people, and turned a once flourishing community into a ghost town.
Who are these maniacs you're referring to?
the Millennium Cooperative, a multinational conglomerate of enterprises. Ruthless and unscrupulous. They leave us little family businesses with next to nothing.
You ran a mining business?
Well, but yes. I am the Baron von Zülz, entrepreneur and mining engineer in the 3rd generation, district mayor of Truberbrook Zülz and Truberbrook Düssel, assistant secretary to the municipal council, patron of Truberbrook and the arts, well known beyond the borders of this country.
What do you mean they destroyed everything?
First, they stripped me of the mine. Then, more and more dubious eggheads and foreign workers started pouring into town, driving visitors away with the gigantic machines.
These must have been difficult times for you.
I appreciate your concern.
Would you mind lending me the key to the old cable car?
The cable car, the cable car! What do you want with it? There's nothing worthwhile up there. Don't bother me with your mumbo-jumbo, will ya? My faithful cat Claus has abandoned me. That's all I can think of right now.
Please excuse me.
I'll save you, my little friend. I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. Good idea. Now I only need something to sedate the little fella. Oh my. It looks desperate. It won't be this easy getting close to it. Am I expected to just use my hands to hold it in the water? Brr, looks cold. Am I expected to just use my hands to hold it in the water? Subject, species reintroduction. Although I can't return the tuna to the wild as long as it's in the can.
good idea. Now I only need something to sedate the little fella. This bucket seems to have been hung here for purely decorative reasons. Looks like it was struck by lightning the other night. Still looks in good condition, though. Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Would you mind lending me the key to the old cable car?
The cable car, the cable car. What do you want with it? There's nothing worthwhile up there. Don't bother me with your mumbo-jumbo, will ya? My faithful cat Claus has abandoned me. That's all I can think of right now.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me.
Oh, thanks. For me?
I found it under the bed.
And now you want to, let's say, pawn this device in exchange for a fishing rod?
Yes, that sounds like a good deal.
Just be sure to bring it back, will you?
Well then, good catch.
What the? Can opener?
Subject, species reintroduction. Although I can't return the tuna to the wild as long as it's in the can.
good idea. Now I only need something to sedate the little fella. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tannhauser.
Have you talked to the police yet?
I gave the officer an outline of the crime. It's only going to be a matter of hours before someone will attend to the issue.
What do you mean, a matter of hours?
The police station is right next town, but as you know, that's quite the distance. We have to be patient. As soon as the inspector has solved his current case, he will start working on yours straight away.
Keep me up to date.
I will let you know if there are any new developments.
About the cable car?
Sure. What else do you want to know?
Do you have an idea what became of the Baron's cat?
After he had lost the mine, the cable car, and his wife, all that remained was a kitten. If you ask me, it was probably a bit too much for the poor creature.
What was it again that happened to the Baron's cat?
After he had lost the mine, the cable car, and his wife, all that remained was a kitten. If you ask me, it was probably a bit too much for the poor creature.
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tannhauser.
I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. There's a brown tube inside, but why would I need one? No. I don't want to mess up the crime scene. I'm not tired. Creepy. Some kind of a sea monster. Must be a local myth. I prefer the conventional method of opening windows.
Hey, you are blocking the screen. Could you step aside, please?
Hey. She's almost in a trance.
Please don't stand there.
Excuse me. Didn't mean to. What's that you're watching?
Never seen a TV before?
Coming up next, a new episode of Rocket Ship Andromeda.
Have you been living under a rock? With a TV set, you can take journeys to other worlds. Now that I think of it, I have never seen you here before. Are you from another world as well?
Not specifically. My name is Hans. I just arrived from Berlin.
Hey Hans, I'm Leni. My mom owns the place.
70,000 light years from home, the rocket ship has stranded in star system Omega 3.
Is Berlin also in star system Omega 3?
Close. Omega 4. That's right next to it.
So you know the place.
You bet I do.
Star Cybernetation Commander Aurora is searching for a way back home.
And what do you do for a living? Are you a famous cybernetician too?
I'm a quantum physicist.
And what? Anyways, I'm going to be a star cybernetician.
Only Commander Aurora can disintegrate the even rulons into thin air with her space beams.
So, do you Berlinalians have any special powers? Can you make things disappear?
I can make incredible amounts of candy disappear.
I can do that too.
Stay tuned, folks. We will be right back after a few consumer-oriented product endorsements.
My uncle knew how to make things disappear as well. I also know where, but I mustn't tell anyone on Earth.
Your uncle was a wizard?
Wizards? They aren't even real.
So, what do I have to do to make you tell me?
There's only one thing I can think of. Can you prove you're not an Earthling?
I'll think of something. Look, this is the star log I'm using to stay in contact with my home planet. Just met human child Lenny, keeper of a cosmic secret.
Awesome. Is this a Starlock for real? May I please?
My pleasure.
This is Leni of Planet Earth speaking. My uncle had a secret stash hidden under a loose plank in room 3.
Room 3? That happens to be my room.
Room 3 used to be where my uncle Heinz lived.
And where is your uncle now?
My mom says he is now living on planet No Good. I need to know what happens next.
Huh. There really is a hidden stash below. Loads of useless junk, and an almost empty bottle of schnapps. I'll only take the schnapps. Bolts and shoes. You like this, don't you? It would tear me to pieces. It seems to enjoy the food. It would tear me to pieces.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me.
It seems to enjoy the food. It would tear me to pieces.
This bucket seems to have been hung here for purely decorative reasons.
Now it's a case for the metal restorer.
I don't want to frighten him. I don't want to frighten him. I don't want to frighten him. This crumbling socket looks much nicer without the cheesy armor on top. Trude would probably not approve of my appearance. There's a selection of local charcuterie on display. Würstebrei, Stippgrütze, Schlagte Platte, Paarthoeke, Tote Oma. I don't want to frighten him.
Hilarious the Unready? Is that you?
Actually, it's quite a nice table. I don't want to frighten him. town fair tonight with a band and a raffle. Exciting. Voila. There's a current again.
I'll just leave it like that.
It would tear me to pieces.
I need to know what happens next.
I'd rather not disturb the little one. There's something funny about that clock. I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tannhauser.
Is there not a single policeman in this godforsaken hole?
God-forsaken? Be careful what you say. The inspector is in charge of the whole county. And it has been 15 years since something happened in Truberbrook. A dog had run off, if I remember correctly. Would you like to hear the story?
Not really. Just keep me informed, please.
Of course, Mr. Tannhauser.
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tannhauser.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me.
It seems you need a special key to get the thing running.
Indeed, mastermind. Did you already ask around town? Maybe someone there has it.
There's a current again.
This old generator is running at maximum strength. It's even sending out sparks.
Claws?
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir?
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me.
Nowhere to run from here, kitty. Oh, I think he passed out. Now I've got you.
Is this by chance your cat, Claus?
Oh, my beloved Claus. Where have you been? You look exhausted, old friend.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir?
Would you mind lending me the key to the old cable car?
You've been so kind to me today. You have reunited an old man with his loyal cat. I'd have given you everything. My heritage, my stocks, my startups. Yet all you desire in your modesty is this aged key. Here you are. I can't fathom what you may want with it, but please take it.
Good job. Cable car is cool. Man, you're some klutz. We'll meet on top. In case you manage to find a way. See ya.
Hello? Hello? Fascinating.
Neck circumference 39 centimeters. Heart rate 66 steady. Generally neglected, yet overall stable condition. Vigilance decrement, patient somnolent. Reduced effect display. Skin pigmentation livid. Nutritional basic needs barely met. Muscular system recessive, possible myopathy. Barrel-shaped thorax, strongly noticeable funnel chest. Raisin-colored nodes on both sides of the mid-clavicular line in the fourth ICS. Marfan syndrome, arachnodactyly. Lower extremities atrophic. Enormous kyphosis. Extremities bilaterally impaired, reduced muscle tone. Weak monosynaptic reflex. Past finger-nose coherence test line without anomalies. Abdomen flexible, no hardening. Overly vibrant bowel noises.
What?
Hyperreflexia, mood agitated. Patient's condition unclear.
Where am I?
Patient has regained consciousness and appears responsive.
Excuse me, please. Could you tell me where I am?
Patient's orientation to person, space, time, and dimension remains unclear. I have to ask you a couple of questions. How are you feeling?
Ouch.
Who are you?
My name is Hans.
What are you doing here?
The original idea was to go on vacation.
Assuming you knew, where have you been born or assembled?
I'm not from here. I come from far away.
Have you ever had a déjà vu?
Stop it.
Have you ever had an out-of-body experience?
You are going to have an out-of-body experience in a moment, pal.
Interesting. Please remain prepared for further examinations.
Are you even listening to me?
I'm afraid we can't let you leave until we have verified your right to stay. It's for your own safety. Just knock the door loud and clearly when you feel able to undergo a few more experiments. I'll be there to pick you up. The patient's status remains unclear.
I'm feeling a little dizzy.
Dr. Römmler, please behave.
They took away all my cool gadgets and locked me up in this small room. I tried protesting, but to no avail. What have I gotten myself into? It definitely doesn't feel like a relaxing summer vacation so far.
It's locked tight. Brute force won't help. Why, of course. But where? It's calcified. Memories of my dorm room, not so long ago. No water pressure. Or clogged. They don't seem to take hygiene too seriously around here. I'd rather not know what happened here. A coin. It fell right out of the shower head. And right into my inventory for some cosmic reason. The benefits of capitalism. There's something written on the wall. And it's hard to decipher in the darkness. Where the heck am I? Fried. I'm feeling a light breeze of air. Maybe I can squeeze through. Where the heck am I? I could use this to climb to the hatch. I need a very special tool to unscrew those very small screws. It doesn't have a coin slot.
Are you ready for further tests?
Let me go.
First, the tests.
I don't want to.
Later then.
That's where I came through. The stairs lead up to the administration. X-rays. The wonders of science. Construction schematics for a quantum discriminator. Never heard of it. I am a quantum physicist for what it's worth. So many books. Maybe I should consider staying in this place. As beautiful as the view is, I think I'd rather leave. Odd. An aquarium full of leeches? This place is full of strange surprises. I'm not in the mood for a snack right now. I'm not in the mood for a snack right now. A pretty steep downslope. I guess I'll have to find another way. I'll take it with me. It might come in handy should I need an improvised hat. No coals, no matches. Sanatorium Paradiso. What a strange place. iron bars? This place is a prison. I can hear the birds chirping outside. Ah, the sweet sound of freedom. This door is sealed by a humongous lock. As far as I know, these apparatuses serve therapeutic purposes. They do, right? I wonder what's in there. I need the right combination. Sanatorium Paradiso, a bucolic sanctuary in the climatic health resort Truberbrook. Beautifully situated retreat, fresh forest air, wooded mountain slopes, established high cuisine. A list of patients. I can barely imagine what these poor souls must have gone through. Not as long as the snoring bully is sitting there. He's sound asleep, but I'd rather not push my luck. I wonder what's in there. Sanatorium Paradiso, a bucolic sanctuary. A pretty steep downslope. I guess I'll have to find another way.
Are you ready for further tests?
Let me go.
First, the tests.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Forget it. Are you ready for further tests?
Let me go.
First, the tests.
Fine then, I'm ready.